We are still in the speckled band unit, subunit 3. So you are going to be on the Mysteries and Investigations page. Click on the speckled band and then come down to lesson 5. When you click on lesson 5, we're going to start on card 1 and open up that vocab app. So you'll click on card 1, click on the vocab app and complete your vocabulary activities. When you're finished with vocab, you're going to click next activity, which will bring you here to page 2. There's a passage on the side here that we have already read. It asks you to reread the passage from the speckled band. Then you're going to highlight clues about the case that Holmes uncovers. So anything that would be a clue to the case. You're going to go ahead and use the highlight tool and find those clues. Just a reminder to highlight. You highlight the word and then choose the highlight option on whatever text you want highlighted. So go through now and find any clues about the case that he uncovers. Number 3, which of the following is an important clue in solving the case and which was not so important? So you're going to drag and drop. There are only 2 options. We have A, the presence of the gypsies on Rolot property. So you're going to decide if that is important or not important. And B, the bell rope that does not work. So you're going to decide if that is an important clue in this case or not so important. Drag and drop those now. And then here, you can go ahead and copy and paste from the text on the left, but find what you think is the most important clue in solving this case. Once you find that and copy and paste it here, you can go ahead and press hand in, which will take you to card number 3. Card number 3 is earlier predictions about what matters. So we had a prompt, and it was, what details about Helen and her story does Holmes think might be suspicious? And how do you know that he finds them suspicious? So previously we talked about things that might have been a little odd to Holmes. Your prompt should show up here. And we're going to review that. Once you review it, you can click on the next option. And we are going to go to number 2. And it's going to have the text there on the side again for you, but it's going to have you pick one detail and describe how it turns out to be useful for Holmes. So you're going to go ahead and find one detail that was useful for him. Then you're going to pick another detail that you, or maybe what we talked about in class, thought could be important, but it turned out not to be important. You're going to then explain why it seemed to be important and how it was shown not to be. So maybe something that we came across or you came across in your reading individually that you thought was going to be really important to this case. And then it turned out that it really wasn't. And it kind of threw you off, which is typically how Sherlock Holmes stories go. There's always clues in there that try to lead you down a certain path, and then it turns up to be a dead end and has really no relevance to solving the case. So find a detail that you think did that kind of took you on a different path that wasn't the right one. Write that in the space below. We are then going to jump over to number 6. And you are going to match each quote to the appropriate explanation of Sherlock's reasoning. So below, again, it's using the drag and drop feature. You are dragging the below text to the quote that it is the explanation to his reasoning. So the first quote, right here. I instantly reconsidered my position when, however, it became clear to me that whatever danger threatened an occupant of the room could not come either from the window or the door. That is the first quote. The second quote, the discovery that this was a dummy and that the bed was clamped to the floor instantly gave rise to the suspicion that the rope was there as a bridge. The idea of a snake instantly occurred to me. And when I coupled it with my knowledge that the doctor was furnished with a supply of creatures from India, I felt that I was probably on the right track. And the last quote, an inspection of his chair showed me that he had been in the habit of standing on it, which of course would be necessary in order that he should reach the ventilator. The sight of the safe, the saucer milk, and the loop of the cord were enough to finally dispel any doubt which may have remained. Those are your quotes. And then you are matching the explanation at the bottom to the quotes that I just read. The first explanation, A, Sherlock combined observations about the furniture in Julia's room with the information about the doctor's background to figure out what the murder weapon was. B, Sherlock realized that the gypsies could not be responsible for the murder because they did not have access to the room for where the victim was sleeping. And C, Sherlock confirmed his theory after investigating the doctor's room and discovering additional clues that supported his theory. After you complete the exit ticket, you may hand in, and then you are done with the lesson for today. We will not be completing the solo.